ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗಣೇಶಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಸರಸ್ವತ್ಯೈ ನಮಃ. ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಓಂ ಸಮಸ್ತಜನಕಲ್ಯಾಣೇ ನಿರತಂ ಕರುಣಾಮಯಂ ನಮಾಮಿ ಚಿನ್ಮಯಂ ದೇವಂ ಸದ್ಗುರುಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮವಿದ್ವರಂ ಸದ್ಗುರುಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮವಿದ್ವರಂ. ಓಂ ವಸುದೇವಸುತಂ ದೇವಂ ಕಂಸಚಾಣೂರಮರ್ದನಂ ದೇವಕೀ ಪರಮಾನಂದಂ ಕೃಷ್ಣಂ ವಂದೇ ಜಗದ್ಗುರುಂ ಕೃಷ್ಣಂ ವಂದೇ ಜಗದ್ಗುರುಂ. So Kapil Maharshi said, this chittam, mind has to be slowly and steadily, by our regular sadhana, with perseverance, it has to be brought under control. Which mind? That mind which is extremely attached to the objects of the world outside. Now, Devahuti asked a question. Because Prakriti and Purusha are both eternal, Anyonya Ashrayam they have. Prakriti takes support of Purusha, Purusha takes support of Prakriti. In this condition, will it be ever possible that the Prakriti will leave Purusha and liberate the Purusha? Is it possible? Because Prakriti is always there, and Purusha and Prakriti depending on Purusha, it may not leave it, Prakriti. Prakriti may not leave the Purusha. So, after that, she continues this question through an example. How come the Prakriti doesn't leave the Purusha? She gives examples. In 15th verse, Yatha gandhasya bhumescha न भावो व्यतिरेकतः अपाम्रसस्य च यथा तथा बुद्धेः परस्य च यथा गन्धस्य भूमेश्च न भावो व्यतिरेकतः अपाम्रसस्य च यथा तथा बुद्धे परस्य च यथा गंधस्य भूमेश्च. यथा गंधः, गंध इज व्हाट? पृथ्वी तत्व, पृथ्वी तत्व का गुण, पृथ्वी का गुण गंध. दिस गंध इज इनसेपरेबल फ्रॉम द अर्थ. दे आर नॉट सेपरेटेड. The Akasha Guna Shabda, Vayu Guna Sparsha, Agni Guna Rupam, and Jala Sparsha, and Prithvi Gandha. Jala Rasam, taste, and Prithvi Gandham, smell. Now, Yatha Gandhasya, Bhumescha Gandhasya, na bhavaha. No, it doesn't exist. Vyatirekataha. Vyatirekata means without the other one. Meaning what? There cannot be smell without earth. So, smell and earth are inseparable. See, without any earth, can you smell? Can you get a smell without a substance? We'll ask. can we experience smell without any substance or cause of it? Think. So can we get a taste without any substance, water or water thing in that? Can we experience form without fire in it? Everything fire is held inside. The fire is unmanifest. Everything, the form, fuel you take, the wood you take. The form is there in that form, the form of the wood. Because of the fire, fire is holding inside that wood in that form. If you bring out that fire, manifest it, then the form will be lost. So there is a fire tattva which is rupa karanam. So similarly, in the same way, apam rasascha, similarly, the sapidity, rasam without water, can it be existing? No. So sapidity means what? There is a water must be there. Jala should be there. They are inseparable. Similarly, Prakriti and Purusha are inseparable. In the same way, what is that? There is a mutual dependence. Apam rasasya cha yatha bhavo tata buddhe parasya cha. So therefore, similarly, just as tatha, in the same way, buddhehe parasya cha, and between the buddhi and mind and the Paramatma, they are actually like that. Therefore, what is the mind? Mind is nothing but a product of Prakriti. Think about it. Mind is product of Prakriti. And what is the karanam for ignorance or bondage? Mind alone. And mind is a product of Prakriti. And mind is always there. Can mind exist without Paramatma? Cannot exist. Without Brahman, can Maya exist? No power of Brahman. If you say power, power is not independent. It is dependent on the wielder of the power. Think about it. The power to talk, depending on the speaker. Power to cook. The power is not independently existing. Please think about it. So, Shakti cannot exist without Shiva or the holder of that Shakti, wielder of that Shakti. So, similarly, the Gandha and Prithvi, Rasa and that Gunas, these two are inseparable. Then how do I free my consciousness from the clutches of matter? How do I discover my independence from the clutches of Prakriti? So therefore, what does Prakriti does? Prakriti binds Purusha. Purusha means what? Not male or female. Purusha means what? Puri Shayanat Purushaha. The consciousness conditioned by the body is called Purushaha. Puri Shayanat Purushaha. In this Puri, Navadvare Pure Dehi. In this body, the consciousness is there, identified with the body, conditioned by the body, seated in the body, is Purusha, is caught up. So how to free him? And that is why in the final stages of evolution, when we keep on rising and dropping the layers one by one, just as when you are asked to drop the physical body at the time of physical death, we get scared. Oh, why? What will happen to me? That fear is there. Similarly, when you drop this mind and intellect At every level, when you're dropping, you are, what happened to us when we drop the identification with the body, mind, intellect, the fear increases. How do I exist? And the fear is there because of ego. But that also has to be transcended. So, I become what? Formless. No form, no qualities, nothing. I simply exist. I am existence alone. So that state causes tremendous fear in the beginning. So people, they cannot go into that. They say, I can be a devotee of the God. I don't want to merge in God. Merge means what? You don't exist. That ahankara will not be there. So how to free this consciousness from the matter? So Devahuti again says, akartuh karma bandhoyam purushasya yada ashrayah guneshu satsu prakrutehe kaivalyam tveshvatah katham akartuh karma bandhoyam purushasya yada ashrayah guneshu satsu prakrutehe kaivalyam teshvatah katham. Now what is Prakriti doing? Prakriti is doing what? This Purusha who is Akarta. Akarta because what is the nature of Purusha? Consciousness is a non-doer. Beautiful thing actually. Maya adhyakshatvena, maya adhyakshena prakritihi suyate sachara. Meaning what? The consciousness does not do anything. You have to, if you go deep into meditations, we find that mind, intellect, indriyas, body, all are functioning according to their own design, their own karma, their own the internal thoughts pattern. But the consciousness which is illumining all of them is actually non-doer. This kartrutva, bhoktrutva and all that, they are always only in the matter. So actually this Purusha, the consciousness who is a non-doer, that a non-doer is bound by Prakriti. That is akartuhu karma bandha ayam purushasya yadashrayah. That is the cause. So guneshu satsu prakritehe kaivalyam tishar. So when this Prakriti is capable of creating an illusion, powerful enough, and dragging the consciousness to its level and making the consciousness feel that he is a doer, enjoyer, because of the Prakriti overpowering the consciousness and consciousness identified with the Prakriti feels that aham karta, aham bhokta. This is the power of Prakriti which is making a non-doer bound himself to the Prakriti. And actually it is akarta. Think about it. So the Purusha, the Prakriti is capable of binding Purusha in that way. We identify with it and we think that it is. So Prakriti is so powerful. Morning till evening, all our reactions, all our actions, based on what? Based on wrong identification with the body, mind, intellect, with the ego identified. So ego's qualities, Sarira Mana Buddhi qualities, I think they are mine, so I am good, I am bad, I like this, I don't like this. Constantly we talk about it. मुझे वो पसंद है, मुझे ये पसंद नहीं है, मुझे ऐसा अच्छा करना है, मुझे यही करना है, मुझे वो तो नहीं करती हूँ, ये कर. All whatever we are talking, it's all nonsense. Why? In the pure consciousness, there is nothing. No Prakriti. Untouched by Prakriti. But Prakriti is binding us. Akarta. So Prakriti is causing that Purusha to bind himself to inaction. It is binding. Akarta को कर्म में बांध के रखा है. So therefore, when Prakriti is vibrantly present and constantly dragging the Chaitanya to identify, to get it identified with itself, the Prakriti, when Prakriti is present, how can there be a freedom for the Purusha from Prakriti? This is the tricky. Okay, theoretically we understood I am beyond mind, beyond body, beyond intellect. I am that supreme. So actually these are all only, like the story is there, the parrot speaking. There are a group of birds. So the one wise bird came and said, okay, oh my dear birds, every day so many of you are getting trapped from your community. This bird catcher comes, he throws the net. Hunter comes, he throws the net. And the small grains he'll put. And they are in between the net. And you just drop there yourself to eat that and get caught up in that. And then you are getting killed. So understand. So you should not be getting caught up. When he throws the net, don't get caught up. Don't go there. So the guru bird started teaching the birds some mantras. What is the mantra? The hunter will come, he will throw the net, don't get caught up, don't try to eat those grains, don't fall in the net, be above, sit on the tree, don't come down. Like parrot. They made them morning and evening, classes are repeated. And the hunter came, he threw the net, all the birds came down. While what? Hunter will come, he will throw the net, we should not get caught up, we should not get tempted by the grains that are thrown by the hunter. All they are practicing it. They are talking, they are singing, all the birds. But they landed in the net. While in the net also they are singing same thing. Hunter will come, he will throw the net, we should not get caught up. That is our Sravanam. So the moment we go out, again we get identified with the body, mind. So therefore, ego is not at all scared that we are attending satsang. Why? Ego says, sunne do. So all our egos celebrating outside. They are having a cup of tea, talking to each other outside the hall. तुम्हारा बॉस का है, वो सत्संग सुन रहा है. अच्छा, तुम्हारा बॉस वो भी अंदर बैठा है. So all drivers, they sit outside and talk tea and take, There all our egos are waiting outside. The moment satsang is over, they attack us. All the satsang prabha will go. We get identified with the body, we read, not with what you call awareness, we don't do anything. We just get identified. Awareness is not there. So this is what is happening to all of us. So how to separate this Purusha from Prakriti? Like that birds talking, we are also talking. So will there be any liberation? Because Prakriti is powerful. In the presence of Prakriti, can Purusha be separated, liberated? How to do this? How to know that I am not this, I am that? How to know? So therefore, she concludes, Kvachit tattva tattvamarshena nivrittam bhayamulbanam anivritta nimittatvat punah pratyavatishthate kvachit tattvamarshena nivrittam bhayamulbanam anivritta nimittatvat punah pratyavatishthate. Kvachit tattva avamarshena. And sometimes when we are in satsang or in the presence of a Mahatma, a great Mahatma, an awakened soul, or when we invoke them, or tattva avamarshena, or because of their presence, when we are seriously thinking and discriminating between Sat and Asat, real and unreal, when we are thinking about it. When we come very, very, very deeply analyzing, this is Satyam, it is Asat, that is, the Nitya, Anitya Vastu Vivechanam. So when I am continuously doing it, deep thinking, kvachit sometimes, tattva avamarshena, bhayam, ulbanam bhayam nivrittam bhavati. Ulbanam bhayam, the terrible fear is there, no? मेरे से क्या होगा? Nivrittam bhavati, the terrible fear goes away. Sometimes when I go and meet a Mahatma, listen to satsang, and we get a tremendous strength and energy. Mahatma says, you are not this at all, so relax, jo hoga hoga, nothing will happen to you. Even the death comes also, you are not dying. So listening to that, sometimes because of viveka, that fear goes away. Example I will give you. Like in the presence of somebody, when someone is counseling us, some problem is there, so we go to counseling, and he is excellently counseling us. In the presence of that counselor, I feel my mind is free from all kinds of fears. He gives me assurance. I feel happy, contented, energetic, fear goes away, confident I feel. Why? The counselor is so effective, he is counseling us. But when I come out of that counselor's chamber, and come back home, again that fear comes and haunts me. Think. Some old people, they become confident when they are in hospital. Why? Oh, doctors are there, I am being monitored, वो कुछ करेंगे तो मुझे कुछ नहीं होगा. that confidence is there. When they are discharged and doctor says, now you are better, go home and take rest. These fellows will have horrible dreams. रातों रात कुछ हो गया तो. So when doctor is there, he gives me assurance, I am comfortable. That time I am applying my viveka, oh I am there, no problem. When I come back home, fear again comes over. If you understand this gross example, sometimes when I am deeply thinking about the reality, grace of Guru, etc., I become confident. The fear goes away. But that fear is removed, but cause of the fear is not removed. What is the cause of fear? Avidya. Avidya is not removed. Symptoms are removed for temporarily. So when sometimes what happens, that ulbadam fear goes away, but after some time, anivritta nimittatvat. Nimitta is cause. Anivritta not removed. Because the cause of that fear is not removed, punaha pratyavatishtati. Again it comes back. Think. So Devahuti says, this is what is happening to me. Now, how to free from this Prakriti? So many varieties of ways are there. First of all, here our Guruji explains here also, this is Vedantic approach, Prakriya. First of all, please remember, this Prakriti or Maya, which is a power, Shakti, it belongs to whom? Ishvara. Who is Ishvara? Ananta. The infinite Lord has that power, Anirvachaniya Shakti. Okay? And that Shakti is Bhavarupam. Bhavarupam means positive, meaning it is there. It is not that it is not there. Shakti, listen very carefully. The manifestation of power, the effects of power are illusory, but the power is real. What magician shows on the stage is unreal, but magician is real. Magician power is real. This example comes in Upanishad only. So, Mayavi, unka Maya Jal. A magician and magician's magical power, both are real. But what magician shows on the stage is unreal. Okay. So the Prakriti as inherent potential power is there, it belongs to Ishvara, and that power is inseparable from Ishvara. Just as your cooking power cannot be separated from you, Think. Whenever cooking is demonstrated, you should be there, no? You cannot sleep in the room and say to my cooking power, my dear cooking power, you have that power, go to kitchen, cook and call me, I will come. No. The power cannot go. You have to be there. So cooking power cannot be there without you, but you can exist without cooking power. Why? That cooking power is sometimes manifesting, sometimes unmanifesting. But you are always there. You don't have to always express the cooking power for you to exist. I can bring out that power, or I can merge that power within me, need not manifest. I am independent of that power. But whenever I have to cook, I have to invoke the power. Cooking is not possible without the power. Power cannot exist without me. Power is not independent, but I am independent of the power. Okay. So therefore, this Prakriti is Ishvara Shakti and Ishvara is Ananta. Power also is very huge power he has. How can a Jiva counter that power? माया को काट दो, माया को पार कर दो, ये क्या है? माया है तो ये घर में एक लोटा का पानी जमीन पर डाल के पार करने का है क्या? So this Prakriti is not real, meaning it is not independent of Ishvara. Prakriti Karya is Maya. Magician's demonstration on the stage is not real. So Prakriti Karya is Maya only, but Maya is Bhava Rupam. It is one with Ishvara. So therefore, since it is not separate from Ishvara, or that is me, it cannot bind me. What is it can bind me? If something is separate from me, from Purusha, then that can bind. But something which is not separate from me, how can it bind me? Think. So my body is there. So somebody can tie me, but I cannot tie myself. Meaning I cannot be bound by myself. Because there is not separate from this Prakriti. So Prakriti cannot bind Purusha. Number one. What is it can bind me? If something other than me is there, it can bind me. Second thing is, if Prakriti is other than me, really existing separate from me, anything which is other than Purusha, it becomes non-existent. Why? Purusha alone is there. Other than consciousness, there is nothing. If you say something other than that existing, it cannot exist, it is non-existent only. It doesn't exist. Therefore, what we should understand is, Prakriti cannot bind me. We have to understand that Prakriti is not other than me. Number one, to bind me, it cannot exist. If it is me alone, my Swarupa, it cannot bind me. So therefore, if we inquire, the problem is, if we really inquire, we will recognize this Prakriti is not different from me, it is an illusion. As though it is existing outside, somebody is haunting, it's illusion, it is not actually separate. When you understand that, there is no bondage. Like you create an image in the mind, a horrible image in the mind. You create a monster in your mind, hallucinations, and that monster is eating you, is challenging you, troubling you, swallowing you, feeling that. So, when I recognize that this monster is actually not different from me, it is my own mind playing in this way, can that mind bind me? The moment I recognize this is not a separate entity there, called a monster, in your language, bhuta, it's only my mind. The moment you recognize that, it can no more bind you. It is my own mind only, it is trying to take that form and shape and trying to. When I recognize that it is not a threat, it is my own mind. Like for example, if you put some kind of a mask and try to scare the children, in the beginning, children get scared. Oh, you put a tiger face and go there, and the child was scared. The moment child is scared, mother out of love removes that and shows her face. Behind the mask, the child sees, oh, it's mother. Good. Next time mother puts the face, that this he does not cry. He doesn't cry. Moreover, if he wants to play, he will search the mask and ask the mother to wear it. Pen ke dikhao. And he sees. Why? This mother only in that tiger form, it is not separate. That mother is my mother, so there is no fear. Mother may come in the form of any other mask she put. I understand is the mother only playing. So there is no bondage. Think about it. So the moment I understand this otherness is illusion. Prakriti, something other than me, it is haunting me, it doesn't exist as that way. So the moment I realize that, I am liberated from Prakriti. So this is what is to be understood first. So, and what is this Prakriti? Prakriti means what? Why? It is because of avidya, nature of ignorance. How come this is something other than me is really existing? It is haunting me, all avidya only. The moment I realize that it is not separate from me, it is within me, it can no more haunt me, it is dissolved into me. Avidya doesn't exist. I think you understood. Go home and think. So, because it is already, this power is illusion, Prakriti is illusion, ignorance is avidya, and I am the real, this power manifests and unmanifests. So, this is not real. The moment I understand, this can no more bind me. Like a mask of the mother. It can no more scare me. Well, I transcended that Prakriti. So, once I know that the mask, which mother is wearing it, in the beginning I thought it is different from me, scaring me. Once I understand that mother is there behind, she may put any mask, the mask may be there, may not be there. I am no more affected by the presence or absence of the mask. There are great masters who taught how not to fight with Prakriti, how to transcend Prakriti. When it is already me, neither it can scare me nor attract me. Anything other than me, I am fascinated by it. That other is mithya, non-existent actually, because karya, power is real. Karya is not real, it's just showing it. It has no substance, it has no reality, it is only temporary, appearing. This is what Kapil Muni says here. Okay. So, to understand this and to transcend Prakriti, therefore now, then there is no tussle, the fight is not there. I understand. Yes, this I am, Purusha is getting caught up in Prakriti. Yes, very good, Prakriti Karya. I am fascinated by this. Like for example, you get fascinated by your own reflection in the mirror. And you get moha. Oh, I am beautiful. Very beautiful I am. Narcissism it is called. Narcissistic mentality. You get attached to your own form and you get destroyed. The moment I understand it is not other than me, it is me alone, so I don't have to fall in love with myself. That is another problem. How can that bind me? How can that create moha in me? So, Maya Karyam has to be, and when we understand this, Prakriti cannot bind me. It is actually, it says it just goes away from me. Oh, Prakriti leaves us. Because I am no more fighting against Prakriti. I understood. So I understood, so I dropped the Prakriti identification. This is a power, manifesting, unmanifesting. So I wanted to abide in myself, and Prakriti respects our decision, and Prakriti moves away. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. So now, for her questions, Bhagavan Kapil Muni is giving answers. Very beautiful thing. Animitta nimittena swadharmena malatmana tivrena mayi bhaktyacha sambrutaya chiram srutas sambrutaya chiram jnanena drushtatatvena vairagyena baliyasa tapoyuktena yogena tivrena samadhina prakriti purushasyeha dahyamana tvaharnisham tiro bhavitrishanakaihi agneryor nirivarinaha. Right. Animitta nimittena swadharmena. So many things he is giving now, one by one. How to transcend Prakriti, first one. First one is what? Prakriti purushasya dahyamana tu aharanisham tiro bhavitri shanakaihi agnehe yoho yonir iva what you call agnir yonir iva arinaha. Now very one by one we'll see. Animitta nimittena swadharmena. First one. How to transcend Prakriti. He gives so many steps. First one is what? Nimitta swadharmena. See, by performing our dharma, which is actually choicelessly given to us, there is no choice. There is no choice, first of all. So, first of all is what? Whether to perform duties or not, there is no choice. So, religiously, we have to perform all our duties. First one. So, there is no choice between action to do or not to do, but there is a choice between to do foolishly or to do wisely. That choice is there. कर्म करूं या ना करूं, इसमें कोई विकल्प नहीं है. मैं कर्म आसक्ति भाव से करूं या निरासक्ति भाव से करूं, ये मेरे विकल्प में है. विरक्त होकर फला अपेक्षा को छोड़कर कर्म करें या अपेक्षाओं को रखते हुए कर्म करके कर्म के बंधन में पड़े, यह विकल्प मेरे में है. मगर कर्म करे या ना करे, ये ऐसा विकल्प नहीं है. तो सबसे पहले क्या है? अनिमित्त निमित्त स्वधर्मेण. और पूरा क्या नेक्स्ट बनेगा? अमलात्मना. और दूसरा क्या है? अमलात्मना. और पहले मन को ना वी हैव टू कीप शुद्ध रखने का प्रयास करना है. किसी भी अवस्था में मन में राग द्वेष के कारण बहुत सारे भावनाएं उठती हैं मन में. राग और द्वेष कारण है. तो मन को शुद्ध रखने का प्रयास. जलन होना, अनेक प्रकार के दुष्ट भावनाएं. So many wrong thoughts are there in the mind. So first thing is we should practice. Second one is Amalatma, how to see that our mind is kept pure. And mind gets contaminated every moment. There are chances to get contaminated. Thoughts, they come. So we must keep that mind always pure. Purity means you have studied so many things, so I don't have to elaborate. Pure mind. Then third one क्या है? हाँ, स्वधर्मेण अमलात्मना. Then तीव्रेण मयि भक्त्या च सुतसंभृतया चिरम. Next one, मयि तीव्र भक्त्या, मयि तीव्रेण भक्त्या, and intense devotion to me. Kapil Muni says, intently, with a great devotion, you must generate towards me, he says. What is devotion? Unconditional love. Unconditional love to the Lord. I don't want anything from you. I want you. In the initial stages of bhakti, which is contaminated by our vyapara buddhi. Vyapara buddhi. What is vyapara buddhi? कुछ मिले, अरे भगवान देख लेगा, भगवान took care of my son, भगवान took care of my husband, भगवान took care of my business, जो जो मैं मांगती हूँ भगवान देते आए हैं, इससे क्या, तो याल व्यापार बुद्धि होंगे। भगवान बोलते ठीक है करो, मुझे व्यापार में पार्टनर बना दिया तो ठीक है चलेगा। बी ब्राइब गॉड ऑल्सो, चलेगा, बट यू विल नॉट गेट हिम एज ए प्योर, यू विल नॉट रियलाइज हिम। सो लाइफ ट्रैक जो हो रहा है ठीक है, प्रारब्ध के वशात कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता। हम अपना भाग्य को लेकर के आए हैं, जैसा जो लिखा है वैसा होगा ही होगा, चाहे आप कुछ भी करें। जो अवश्यम भावी है वो अवश्यम भावी है, माने होगा ही होगा, तो वो तो चलता रहेगा, क्या करें। तो डिवोशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, इस होल्ड ऑन टू मी। देन श्रुत संभृत्या चिरम, वेरी ब्यूटिफुल थिंग, श्रुत संभृत्या चिरम, वेरी ब्यूटिफुल थिंग। श्रुत मीन्स व्हाट? श्रवणम, भरपूर श्रवण करें, सो दैट करने के द्वारा हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ अच्छे अच्छे चीज़ें हम सुनते रहेंगे। श्रवणम मतलब नो, बता रहा हूं आपको, ऑल द काइंड्स ऑफ पॉइजन एंटर इनटू आवर ईयर्स एंड देन थ्रू आईज एंड मोर थ्रू ईयर्स। वी कीप हियरिंग सो मेनी थिंग्स एंड कानों के द्वारा दट विश अंदर जाएगा। इसीलिए स्वामी जी कान बंद करके चले, नो नहीं होगा है, ऐसा नहीं होगा। सो constantly exposed to listening to knowledge of scriptures, पुराणास, कथाएं, उपनिषद, भगवद गीता, इतिहास, रामायण, महाभारत करते हैं। देन व्हाट? सेकंड वन, तो नेक्स्ट वन इज व्हाट? ज्ञानेन दृष्टतत्वेन। हाँ, knowledge of what? Drishtatattvena jnanena. So with the vision of truth, that knowledge which strengthens our vision of truth, that knowledge you keep it with yourself as a protective shield. Knowledge. So that knowledge gives me right kind of perception to see the world, its fallacies. So that jnanam, if it is there, constantly shining, it will protect us. Drishtatattvena. Then vailiyasa vairagyena, and strong vairagya, dispassion. Not ordinary temporary dispassion. Like somebody said, na, between breakfast and lunch I fast. Between lunch and dinner I fast. So दिन में 2 बार फास्ट मैं करता हूँ। So, और वैराग्य में बल नहीं है, भोगने की इच्छा। Our mind gets excited, Did you observe it? If you go to shop, it's a woo, excites the mind. Go to any shop you go, mall you go, and just observe with awareness. Observe your mind and just observe others around you. Everybody caught up in their own world. Through eyes, they release that greedy looks to grab everything, whatever they see. And constantly mind is excited. Think. So whatever we see, I get excited. वैराग्य कहाँ से आता है? Am I correct? Any WhatsApp message excites us? Any movie excites us? Excitement. Mind takes us towards the objects. So vairagyam is not there. And tapoyukta tivra yogaha. See, tapoyuktena yogena tivrena. Atma samadhina, next one. Tapoyuktena tivra yogaha. Intense meditation with tapasya. Austerity. Meditation. Tapasya, tapasya. Then what? Atma samadhi, absorption of the mind into our own self. Atma samadhi. These are all practiced to absorb the mind. Then what? This bondage of Purusha Prakriti is burnt up. Prakriti Purushasya daghyamanatu aharanisham tirobhavitri shanakaihi. So thus it disappears. Slowly, this Prakriti of Purusha, daghyamanatu aharnisham. Day and night, this kind of bondages are burnt away. Beautiful thing. Shanakaihi means slowly. Shanaihi. Agneya yonihi iva aranihi. Like, the fire, fuel by the fire. Arani, the cup, lower cup, and upper cup. And then so this what happens, the lower arani also, that also gets caught up in fire because of friction, that also gets burnt. Like that, this is entirely thing is like the fuel by the fire in the cup of the arani. That's burnt. This Prakriti Purusha bondage of Purusha by Prakriti is all burnt. Then the spirit is liberated. Consciousness is freed from the matter. Okay? So, now he says, Bhukta bhoga parityakta drushta dosha cha nityashaha neshwarasya shubham datte mahim nistitasya cha स्वे महिम्नि correct. Neshwarasya shubham datte स्वे महिम्नि स्थितस्य च स्वे महिम्नि स्थितस्य च भुक्ता भोगा परित्यक्ता दृष्टा दोषा च नित्यशः नेश्वरस्य शुभम दत्ते. Now two things are there. See, one is Bhukta Bhoga Parityakta. See, there are two kinds of, many multiple things are there. Anyway, let us divide broadly into two. Some are extremely prabala vasanas, bondages, extreme attachment to certain enjoyments. That power of vasana is so high, very, very powerful. Gurudev says, they cannot be eliminated even through your discrimination. They are to be exhausted, then only the vasanas will disappear. Powerful vasanas. It could be for anything, any powerful vasana. Very difficult to drop it. It could be addiction to coffee, tea, or anyway drugs or drinkings or drinks, it's alcohol or over gossip or movies or anything, any addiction. Certain things are so strong vasanas we have. So each of us have to discover what my strong vasanas are. There are plenty. There are plenty. Certain times, he says, Bhukta Bhoga Parich. ठीक है, before you give them up, you enjoy and drop it. But dear, be cautious. Why? While enjoying, you should know that yes, this is I am exhausting, but this I could not, repeated enjoyment also will not give me satisfaction. But let me go through it. एक दो बार पी लिया, कर लिया, तो चलो हो गया काम, चलो छोड़ दिया. I heard that Samartha Ramdas ji, it seems, I heard from one of our monks of Chinmaya Mission. I never studied that particular book, but he studied, so he was telling me. It seems he was very fond of kheer. चावल का खीर बनता है ना, मस्ती, काजू, किशमिश सब डाल के. Now don't water your mouth now. गाय का दूध, वो सब बॉयल होने के बाद ना तो रंग बदल जाता है थोड़ा सा. देन द टेस्ट भी ऐसा खीर उनको पसंद था. Samartha Ramdas, that vasana is there. He knew this vasana is lingering in me. तो एक दिन एक छोटा मटका का खीर ले आया, मंगाया. बेटा तो खीर बहुत पसंद करते हो ना, पियो. सो पिला दिया. इतना पिया कि उसी में वमन किया. किसमें? द सेम मटके में. फिर उसको पिया. फिर वमन किया, फिर उसको पिलाया. मन बोला बाप रे, तेरे कहाँ से निकला तो, अब मैं छोड़ ही देता हूँ करके छोड़ दिया. तो कभी कभी ना ऐसे भयंकर वासनाएं होती है, उसको पिला 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 के उसको भुक्त भोगा परित्यक्ता, छोड़ दो, ठीक है. उसका अब एक अपना कोई कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस होता है. बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दैट ऑल्सो. बट भोग है ना, डेंजरस भोग है, लिंगरिंग वासना. आई कांट पोस्टपोन इट टू नेक्स्ट लाइफ. कर दो. मैं मिठाई खा खा के मरूंगा इस जन्म में, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. मतलब मिठाई तो मैं छोड़ूंगा नहीं स्वामी जी, मैं मरूंगा. तो छोड़ देना है, तो क्यों छोड़ना है बताओ? वैसे तो मरना ही है. तो मिठाई खाते हैं, घर वाले पूरा कंप्लेंट करते हैं, शिकायत करते हैं. दिस पर्सन डजंट चेंज. हेल्दी अनहेल्दी, बीमार पड़ गए, बट ना स्वीट. सो पता नहीं कहाँ खा के फिर समवेयर दे लीव इट. दैट्स वन थिंग. Little weaker vasanas, you can win over them by discrimination or meditation. That can be really dissolved, or through paroksha anubhav. Others are also going through that experience. So they are going through so many troubles because of attachment to that particular vastu. So why should I go through it? It could be anything. If you understand, oh, अपना घर बनाया, अरे भाई इतने लोग घर बनाया, are they happy? घर का लीक होता है, प्लम्बर नहीं आता है, वो तो ये ब्लॉक हो गया, वो ब्लॉक हो गया, चूना लगाना है तो 5 लाख खर्च होता है, 2 लाख खर्च होता है. अरे बाबा, हाउस टैक्स भरना है और सफाई करना है, घर में सफाई करने वाले नहीं मिलते हैं, पुराना जा हो रहा है, इसका एक्सपेंशन करना है, इसका रिपेयर करना है. ओ बाबा, आर यू हैप्पी? So I understood that one of the lessons learned by दत्तात्रेय भगवान, 24 गुरुज में एक गुरु ऐसा है, दूसरे घर बनाए, मैं उसमें रहूँगा, अपना घर नहीं बनाऊँगा. एक सर्प, वो बोलता है कि ये कहाँ उधर वो घर बनाना है, वो बनाओ अंदर जाओ, रहो, फिर आ जाओ बाहर. अब कोई बनाएगा टेक्शन, अपना कुछ मत बनो. He learned one of the gurus, Dattatreya gurus. So when I understood that, yeah, this is a bondage, so better live in rental. Now the concept has come, na, rent, ACs on rent, and then tables and furniture on rent, and maintenance unka hai, annual maintenance. Vivek. So it could be anything, paroksha anubhav you can learn and drop it. Very powerful vasana, exhaust it. Drushta dosha. The other one is what? Drushta dosha nityasha. And always constantly seeing dosha drushti in that. Every vastu mein dosha. You're training the mind. Oh mind, इसमें क्या दोष है? इसमें ये है. इसमें क्या क्या दोष है बताओ? बहुत सारे दोष हैं, तो लेना जरूरी है क्या? दोष बहुत है, फायदा कम है, तो क्यों लूं? देखो, अब मैं बता रहा हूं, अपनी गाड़ी खरीद लिया, अब देखो सोचना चाहिए गाड़ी जरूरी है या नहीं. नंबर 1, इतना घूमते हैं क्या? नंबर 2, नोएडा में गाड़ी रखने की जगह है क्या? नंबर 3, उसको मेंटेनेंस के लिए मेरे पास पैसा है क्या? नंबर 4, साफ सफाई सुथरा करने के लिए कोई नौकरी है क्या? हमेशा ले जाने के लिए मैं खुद ही ड्राइव करूँ या ड्राइवर मिलता है क्या? देखना चाहिए. पार्किंग जगह मिलती है क्या? देखना चाहिए. उसका पैसा, पेट्रोल खर्चा, ये खर्चा, वो खर्चा है क्या? ये सारा पूरा देखने के बाद ही गाड़ी लेना है. इससे झंझट क्यों? ऊबर ओला ले लो, बस खत्म हो गया. जब चाहे मिल जाए. Suppose if that person the faults are more than the benefits. No, I am rich, business is there, people are there, driver is there, they will take care, I need a car for myself, and then every day I need to travel, so I can't depend on this. Okay, then you will have it. So आप अपना विवेक लगाना है ना. Nobody can guide you, to have the car or not to have car. So you have to see the dosha drushti, किसमें दोष तो फंसना नहीं चाहिए. सेकंड पॉइंट, तब क्या होगा? ईश्वरस्य अशुभम न धत्ते. द मास्टर को अशुभम न धत्ते, दे डोंट कॉज एनी हार्म. प्रकृति, बिकॉज चूस के छोड़ दिया तो इट वोंट बाइंड मी, या दोषों को देखकर त्याग दिया, इट वोंट बाइंड मी. सो प्रकृति डजंट बाइंड यू. तब स्वे महिनिसितस्य च. Then what? One who is abiding in one's own glory of one's own self, by giving up the Prakriti in this way, understanding, then the Prakriti cannot bind you at all. Prakriti is always around us dancing, but I am not bound by it. Like in the Akasha only everything is existing, but Akasha is untouched by them. Akasha has no objection, no? ओह मुझ में सारे सब ये कहाँ कहाँ कचरा पूरा मेरे भर गया मैं पूरा. स्पेस इज एब्सोल्युटली अनटच्ड. उसी आकाश में हाँ स्लम एरिया भी रहता है, उसी आकाश में मंदिर भी है. सो मंदिर का भी वो आकाश सपोर्ट करता है, स्लम एरिया का भी सपोर्ट करता है. क्यों? आकाश के बिना कोई है रहना किसी का संभव ही नहीं है अस्तित्व. But Akasha doesn't mind. I am untouched ना. हाँ ये बदबू आ रहा है, Akasha never bothers. Akasha has no बदबू. Akasha cannot be burned. Akasha cannot be touched. Akasha cannot be smelled. Akasha cannot be made wet. But without Akasha, none of them can exist. Like that, Akasha is free from all the four elements, impact of all the four. Similarly, Purusha becomes freed from all problems, bondages. There is no bondage at all. Why? He is established in his own glory. Yata hya pratibuddhasya prasvapo bhagvanarthabhrut सयेव प्रतिबुद्धस्य न वै मोहाय कल्पते. यथा ह्यप्रतिबुद्धस्य प्रस्वापो भगवनर्थभृत् सयेव प्रतिबुद्धस्य न वै मोहाय कल्पते. अप्रतिबुद्धस्य प्रस्वापः बहु अनर्थभृत्. One who is dreaming and not woken up, that dream creates so many problems. Is it not? ड्रीम अच्छा ड्रीम है अटैच हो गया, बुरा ड्रीम है घबराहट में उड़ गए. एंड ड्रीम का इफेक्ट सीन इन द वेकिंग स्टेट, आर्पुलेशन, palpitation, all this. Dream. देखो. So, yada apratibuddhasya, one who is not woken up from the deep sleep, dream, prasvapo, bahu anarthabhrut. So many anarthas he will go through. But one who is awakened, saeva pratibuddhasya, navai mohaya kalpate. When he is awakened, nothing can create any delusion. In swapna, everything can create delusion. So therefore, what is awakening? We are here only, seeing the Jagat. Yet, I am untouched by this. I am not bound by it. I can be in the midst of all kinds of objects, yet I am untouched. I can move anywhere in the world, but yet I am untouched by any kind of vatavarana around me, by any kind of objects around me. Why? I am established myself in myself. Just like we can move in the midst of any kinds of toys in the world, but we are not attached. Why? We are established in our thought that the toys are toys, they don't give any joy. I may watch them, toys. I may appreciate the technology. Oh, beautiful toy, wonderful, nice, maja aa raha hai. I can praise, I can be amused by them, but I am not bound by them. चलो घर ले जाएंगे, पैक कर लो ये सारे. Absolute nonsense. So I am not bound by Prakriti at all. एवं विदित तत्त्वस्य प्रकृतिर्मयि मानसम् युञ्जतो नापकुरुत आत्मा रामस्य कर्हिचित्. एवं विदित तत्त्वस्य प्रकृतिर्मयि मानसं युञ्जतो नापकुरुत आत्मा रामस्य कर्हिचित्. एवं, in this way, vidita tattvasya, the one who has known the truth, तत्व को जान, जो जिसने जाना इस रूप में, एवं दस प्रकृतिर्मयि मानसम युञ्जतः, तत्वस्य मयि मानसम युञ्जस्य, वन युञ्जतः, always one who knows the truth of this prakriti in this way. So prakriti never harm, prakriti hi mayi manasam yunjatah napakurata. That is the meaning. This prakriti napakurata. Prakriti does not harm. Whom? The one who is mentally always united in his mind with me. So it doesn't harm. It may exist, so what? So many beautiful objects around me, they can dance around me. I need not get tempted. Objects may be tempting, but I am not tempted. See? Therefore, Atma Ramasya, the one who is always reveling in his own self, is never ever there is no possibility for him to fall. Why? He is always established in his own self. From that state, Prakriti is seen as mithya. It is only a karya power manifesting in different shapes and sizes and forms and dancing, and he may get amused, enjoy the free entertainment show of the Prakriti, but he himself is not caught up in it. Why? He is just witnessing it out of joy, out of amusement. Maybe he can just see, not get caught up in it. He makes some get amused, wonder at the Maya play. Oh, very wonderful, beautiful, beautiful, excellent play. Display of the power of Maya. By Maya, but he is not bound. Why? He is rooted in his own self. Just like again I am giving same example. We go and enjoy the display of the what do you call, the toys. Their greatness, their varieties of toys are there. Wonderful toys are there. I may get amused. I may just see. But then I have no desire. I am always established in myself that these are all बचपना का बच्चों का है. मैं तो मुझे कोई फर्क पड़ता नहीं इसमें. I don't need anything. इसमें कोई जरूर नहीं है मुझे. भोगने की इच्छा बिल्कुल नहीं है. ये तो ये बच्चों का है. उसमें कोई आनंद नहीं है. देखिए, that kind of understanding and firmly established in the experience of self, Prakriti cannot bind. So don't worry about Prakriti binding you. You establish yourself in yourself. Atma Ramasya karhichit. At any time, Prakriti cannot bind the one who is established in his own self. Okay? Yadana yogo pachita sucheto maya susiddhasya vishajyatenga ananya hetushvatame gati syat आत्यंतिके यत्र न मृत्युहा सह यदा न योगोपचिता सुचेतो माया सुसिद्धस्य विसज्जतेंग अनन्य हेतुष्वतमे गति स्यात् आत्यंतिके यत्र न मृत्युहा सह. ओ अंग, ओ मदर. कपिल जी, अब देखिए, yesterday I was telling you, Guru also cannot do anything. So don't think that Guru है कुछ कर देगा, मेरे लिए कुछ नहीं होगा. Why? Kapila Muni born to Devahuti. Devahuti mother. But she has asked to practice meditation, yoga, sadhana, and realize. बेटा भी कुछ नहीं कर पाया. हाँ मम्मी चलो आपको मोक्ष दे दूंगा, वो ऐसा ऐसा हटा के कुछ नहीं होगा. एवरीवन हैज टू स्ट्रगल फॉर देमसेल्व्स. अर्जुन विद भगवान के साथ ही थे. कुछ किया क्या भगवान? बोध तो किया है, सुधरना तुमको ही है. So therefore, O Anga, yada siddhasya cetaha yoga upachitasu navishajjate. You know, when the mind of a siddha, siddha means one who has accomplished, one who has completed, one who has perfected sadhana. When that the mind of that one who has accomplished siddhasya chetaha yoga upachitasu navishajjate. योग के द्वारा उपचितासु मीन्स गैदर्ड, योग बल के द्वारा गैदर्ड, व्हाट इज गैदर्ड? वेरियस सिद्धीज. न विसज्जते, बिकॉज व्हेन वी आर डूइंग साधना वी गेट सो मेनी पावर्स, एंड व्हेन वी गेट अटैच्ड टू दैट पावर and get deluded by the power, we miss the bus to the truth. Powers will come, but I should not get deluded by the power. And I tell you one thing, all of us have got various powers. All of us have got various powers. And we are deluded by our own power. Do you know that? हमारे पावर, आई ड्राइव वेरी वेल, यू नो, पावर ऑफ ड्राइविंग, एंड गॉट डिल्यूटेड बाय दैट पावर. सो एनीबडी कम्स, चलो मैं लेके जाऊंगी, कहाँ? बस ऐसे घुमा गए. क्यों? बट आई लाइक ड्राइविंग, यू मस्ट सी माई ड्राइविंग. बट वो योर ड्राइविंग क्या स्पेशलिटी है? नहीं नहीं मैं बताती हूँ, बैठो बोले बैठो. ये क्या कुजली है? आई एम अटैच्ड टू माई द पावर ऑफ ड्राइविंग. दिखाना चाहती हूँ. अच्छा, पावर ऑफ कुकिंग, कैन यू कीप क्वाइट? दैट बाइंड्स यू. I want to display that power. So understand, I can use that power without being getting caught up when required. ऐसा नहीं करता हूँ मैं. And a power of singing, Swamis have to become victims. We have to become victim of others singing. Why? स्वामी जी, हाँ सुन लीजिए. क्या सुनना है? ये अच्छी गाती है, इसका पावर है ना, बस सुनते रहना सुनते रहना सुनते रहना, खत्म ही नहीं होता है. एक श्लोक सुना दिया और बोलते ये भी सुनाओ वो भी सुनाओ. अरे बाबा मुझे भूख लग रही है. सो दैट पावर, यू नो. सो I don't understand. Are you aware of it? All these things, we can use them, but not get deluded by them. But we get deluded. छोटे मोटे power में we are deluded, and we get mahasiddhis. Don't we get deluded? We get deluded. We get attached to them. Here it says, siddhasya visajjate anga, O mother. When Siddha Purusha, accomplished ones, do not get attached to their powers in this way. Ananya hetuho. And what? Ananya hetushu means what? That power, please understand, for which? For power, there is no other cause other than accomplishment or winning over Prakriti. और कोई कारण नहीं है पावर का. पावर कैसे मिला? Because you have conquered your mind. Because your mind has been brought under control, because you accomplished something, these powers automatically come. उसका कारण और कोई नहीं हो सकता है. Your own achievement, discipline, that power has got it. So because of your mind controlled, anya cause there is nothing. This one anya there is no other way to get powers. But once you got the power through your discipline, mind conquering, etc., then what? athame gatisyat. So therefore, ananya hetuho, there is no other cause than the mind in which it is controlled through yoga. And to such a person, आत्यंतिकी यत्र मृत्युहासा मे गतिस्यात् मे गति में तो सच ए पर्सन इट इज ईजी फॉर हिम टू रीच मी. देखो, वन इज नॉट deluded by the power that he or she gets out of the practice of yoga, siddhi, for siddha, so many powers, not attached or deluded by the powers, such a person reaches me. Then me gatisyat, then definitely for that person he will attain me. My state he will get. Why? He is not attached to any prakriti and prakriti powers. And then what happens? Atyantaki yatra na mrityu hasaha. Very beautiful thing. And that me gati, absolute me atyantaki gatisyat. That is the anvaya. Me atyantaki gatisyat. To such person, he will attain my absolute state. When you attain absolute state, क्या होगा? यत्र न मृत्यु हासहा. Mrityu does not laugh at us. Normally what happens? Mrityu will have a final laugh. हम ये करते हैं, वो मृत्यु सोचती है, ये नो हमारे सपने हैं, हमारे प्रयत्न हैं, ये बनाना, वो बनाना, यहाँ जाना, वो जाना, ये अचीव करना. Always मृत्यु is next to us standing. And इसका समय खत्म होते जा रहा है. ये बेवकूफ़ सबके बारे में सोच रहा है, सब चीज़ों के बारे में सोचता है. अल्टीमेटली मैं हंसते बैठा हूँ इधर. करो बेटा करो, ये पसक कहूँगा. तो मृत्यु बिहाइंड अस स्टैंडिंग एंड लाफिंग एट अस. वाई? अरे तो जो कुछ भी कर रहे हो ये एक दिन पूरा खत्म ही मैं कर देता हूँ ना. पर मृत्यु के लिए बड़ा खेल है. हंसता रहता है मृत्यु देवता पीछे बैठ के. बट वंस यू रीच मी बाय कॉन्करिंग द माइंड एंड नॉट गेटिंग कॉट अप इन द पावर्स, देन यू विल लाफ, नॉट द डेथ. यू विल हैव अ फाइनल लाफ. यत् मृत्यु उपसेचनम भवति, मृत्यु बिकम्स चटनी. मृत्युर्धावति पंचमित. मृत्यु also runs away from you. मृत्यु cannot have laugh now. You will laugh at मृत्यु. Think. Otherwise, मृत्यु laughs at us. Death is laughing at us. He is involved in all kinds of activities in life. Ultimately what? To meet me. When he meets me, all his efforts, achievements, glories, certificates, medals, name, fame, everything, 1 second, tapak. So I laugh at this fool. But when we awaken to the truth, the Siddha Purusha who is awakened, me, Paramatma, who is Kapil says, Kapil Mahatma says, Kapil Mahatma says, Kapil ji, Muni says, when you reach me, you will have a final laugh, not the death. Because you have transcended the death. Death can no more influence you. Otherwise, in everybody's life, death is laughing at us all the time. Okay? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Satgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.